We are beachfront with Barbie in today's scene, so let's go see what those Kens are up to. Hi Barbies, you're watching The Fangirl, and I'm McGann, your Barbie-enthused hostess for this movie dissection. This is what I'm guesstimating to be scene 3, where stereotypical Barbie goes to the beach and has to deal with her first wave of drama. Before we get started, just a few quick notes though. I haven't posted on this channel in almost a month because I've had the vid for, I think, the first time, and so I'm still kind of fevery and my voice is really bad, and I'm sorry in advance. Secondly, I love the Barbie movie. I really want to talk and dissect and keep going with this project, but the views aren't here. Don't get me wrong, even views for my Coraline dissections are lower than I would like, but the first 2 parts of this Barbie series have shriveled up around 1,000 views. It's not being watched, it's not being shared. So if this video can't get to at least 3,000 views in the first 7 days, we won't be continuing with Barbie because the viewer support just isn't here. Okay, now let's head down to the Pink Sands beach where the narrator gives us one of her final lines by saying that Barbie always has a great day, but Ken only has a great day if Barbie looks at him, which set up a few key things for us in this scene. 1, Ken is codependent and full of turmoil to get just any attention from Barbie, because Ken doesn't know how to exist on his own in any kind of fulfilling way. And 2, we know that Barbie gets to live her best life while being completely unconcerned with what Ken is doing. Barbie has a healthy, secure attachment style, so she can go off and do whatever she wants without fearing that Ken will leave her. Because Barbie knows that she's a prize and her life and happiness are not dependent on Ken. And I do want to take a few seconds to try and see Ken's side, but that is extremely hard for me to do because I cannot stand the resolution to the Ken conflict at the end of the movie. However, Ken, right from the start, clearly has an anxious attachment style where he ends up non-stop fixated on his partner. His mood changes easily because he's very sensitive, and I don't mean as in touch with his emotions sensitive. I mean any little thing could set him off levels of sensitive. Ken bends over backwards to try and make Barbie happy, and that all stems from Ken not feeling worthwhile or lovable. Like, this guy needs a hug and a big attitude adjustment at the same time. There's a million different Barbies out there, buddy. It is literally love abundance if stereotypical Barbie doesn't treat you right. So Ken almost desperately calls out, "Hi Barbie," which just starts another round of "Hi Barbies" with various "Hi Kens" mixed in. And Beach Ken gets audibly frustrated when Shang-Chi Ken says hi to stereotypical Barbie. Beach Ken sees stereotypical Barbie as, quote, his Barbie, and he doesn't want any other male influences taking even a moment of her attention away, which again shows us Beach Ken's extreme level of insecurity because he doesn't want to have a conversation with Barbie. He wants to isolate her from other Kens as if she's property, and that's not okay. And all the highs keep going until Mermaid Barbie pops out of the ocean, and then Allan chimes in to say hello too. We get told here that there is only one Allan, which makes no sense because that's not even remotely true. Over the years, there have been many different Allan dolls, and a lot of them looked better than Ken's design in my opinion. But Allan also married Midge in the 90s. They had a whole wedding series of dolls about it, and it was in fact Allan who turned Midge into a pregnant doll. So Allan was smoking hot in the toy line, and the movie kind of did him dirty. Don't get me wrong, I think the actor Michael Cera is adorable and perfect in this role, but Allan has always been at least as attractive as Ken, and then they try to make him look like some lesser man in this movie. It just sits weird with me, especially when we're also skipping over other male Barbie characters like Steven and Todd. But next, Beach Ken decides he's going to impress stereotypical Barbie by taking his surfboard and running into the plastic ocean waves, which results in a very silly air flip that really feels like a kid is controlling his body there. And Shang-Chi Ken gives off a smug chuckle while Allan is losing his his mind with concern. I mean, truly, if Ken needs attention to feel complete in life, Allan is way more attentive in this one moment than Barbie is the entire movie. And Allan deserved a way better bromance. But the thing is, Beach Ken doesn't want somebody that really likes him. He has to have the girl who's not into him. And so he pursues stereotypical Barbie and he kind of hunts her, not unlike Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. But Beach Ken falls, causing two Barbies to come check on him. And Ken asks stereotypical Barbie how much of that she just saw. And of course, she saw it all. And asking that question makes it seem like Ken was expecting to do something cool and he flubbed it, but what was he expecting to accomplish by running into the fake wave like that? He lives in Barbie Land. He should know how this place works. My honest impression is that Ken purposefully caused himself a mild injury just so he could ham up his behavior in a bid to get stereotypical Barbie's attention and then cling onto her. He's being manipulative to try and force Barbie to care for him and nurture him and basically have to stop her life and the good time she's having to cater to Ken. And manipulation really does have to be the goal here, because a few seconds later, the Kens start their beach off talk and Beach Ken is ready to fight, and suddenly, even though he was saying he was injured and in need of assistance, now Beach Ken can stand up and vaguely threaten Shang-Chi Ken? But as soon as Barbie breaks up the looming fight, and what would that even look like? A slap fight? A pillow fight? But as soon as Barbie breaks up the Kens, Beach Ken falls into her chest, faking his injuries again. Then the Barbie medical van pulls up and Ken is getting more and more dramatic, pleading for stereotypical Barbie to stay with him and hold his hand. And Barbie is just very calmly like, "You're okay." Like when you're a mom at the playground and your kid just falls for no reason so they can be like, "Ow, I got so injured, pay attention to me." That's Beach Ken in this scene. Seriously, women are so often labeled as being hysterical and drama queens and other derogatory things when any emotions slip out of them. So it's kind of gratifying to see a movie so blatantly show the other end of that. Right now, Beach Ken is the equivalent of a man with a cold whose entire life is ending just because he has the sniffles. And after a quick x-ray, the Dr. Barbie confirms that Ken is going to be fine and will heal incredibly quickly. But because Beach Ken just can't stop himself from trying to up the stakes, he makes a comment that surfing is so dangerous. And Barbie, I don't know, decides to throw him a bone and tell Ken that he's very brave. And even though that's a little bit sarcastic, Ken wholeheartedly thanks her for acknowledging him like that. And it's right here where it's established that this Ken does not have a job assignment of surfing or lifeguard. He's just Beach Ken, which is a real dude. I just saw him at a toy show in the original box, and I snickered about it for the rest of the day. The two Dr. Barbies also join in to praise Beach Ken and tell him he's so good at beach. And it's not that Ken doesn't like their words of affirmation, even though they do sound a touch condescending, but Ken is definitely not responding to the other Barbies in the same way that he responds to any attention from stereotypical Barbie. Again, I would relate this to a codependent, anxious attachment obsessiveness and not any sign of actual love or even care for stereotypical Barbie as a person. Beach Ken is basically someone who has it in their head that, oh, my life would be amazing if I just had blank. And blank could be a dream job, a car, a cat, a certain toy, whatever. But he only takes the value of that blank as something that would enhance his own life without understanding the work that goes into the individual. For example, if Ken thought that having a cat would make his life amazing, he would idealize the cat as an object without understanding the reality of the cat having its own needs and a lot of fantasy breaking work, like cleaning the litter box, or getting up at 5 a.m. to feed the cat, or getting scratched because of single kitten syndrome. But until he has a cat, getting the cat is like a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow that he's chasing, and he can attribute all of his problems to not having a cat, because the cat lets Ken deflect from working on himself. And that's what stereotypical Barbie is to Beach Ken. A fantasy object to chase that would magically improve his life, in his opinion, without him having any comprehension of the work needed to make a relationship last. Finally, we end this scene with Ken asking to come over to Barbie's house, and he has his fingers crossed like a little kid, but not even thinking twice about it. Barbie essentially invites Ken to her block party that all the other Barbies are coming to already. And Ken tries to act a little more smooth here, but Barbie's attitude is just like, yeah, you should stop by, as if she doesn't see Ken as her boyfriend. And I know Ken will reference them as a couple in the movie, but I don't think that Barbie ever does. Almost like she's just letting Ken believe whatever he wants because she's so unbothered and unafraid of him. So the question I want to leave with you guys for the comment section is, do you think that stereotypical Barbie and Beach Ken are an official dating couple in this movie? Or is this all a fantasy grab in Ken's head that Barbie never bothers to correct? I might be overthinking it, but that's literally my job. I'm gonna go lay down now. And to any of my members here on YouTube, a huge bottom of my heart thank you for all of your help and support. If you would like to become a paid channel member, there is a link in the description below. Thanks again, guys. Love you. Well, family members, we're almost done, but I want to invite you to hang out with me in some other places. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as my own personal self, and I have a Facebook page too, but I mostly just post photos over there. And sometimes people say, hey McGann, I want to mail you something. How do I do that? Easy. Just click the About tab on my channel page and my most current P.O. Box info will be right there. I also run another channel, The Family. It's really a hodgepodge channel where we might post anything. Oh yeah, and I also sell shirts and stickers and stuff with the Family and the Fangirl logos. If that is your cup of tea, I have a link in every description of every video. Finally, if you want to help out the Fangirl channel and make sure I'm putting out video essays for years to come, the best way you can help is by subscribing and watching more of my videos, whether they're new, old, whatever. Maybe even share one or two on social media, help spread the word. People who watch to the end of videos like you helps to tell the site, hey, this is a good video, we should recommend it to other people. So if you made it this far, leave me a comment of something like, hey, I made it to the end. Love ya. See ya next time, family members. Bye.